Hi guys, it's Isa and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do some Goodreads Awards review. I'm gonna review different categories, mainly fantasy, sci-fi, and young adult, and I'm gonna cast a vote, do some reactions, and do the predictions for the winners. So grab a cup of tea, coffee, beer, wine, whatever you fit, and let's get to it. We're gonna review it together with Tai. Say hi, Tai. Hi. Before we start, let's acknowledge that I do use Goodreads for a lot. I use it for book recommendations, for the ratings, but I acknowledge also that this is going to be an award of popularity, also, not necessarily the best books. And that might be okay. That's okay for me. I enjoy it nonetheless, and I love the books, and I have a good time just seeing the nominees, seeing the winners, all of this stuff. With that in mind, let's get to that. Hey, so let's start with fantasy and see what it brings us. Okay, fantasy. In each of the categories, there are 20 nominees, so let's see. I don't think I will vote unless I've read at least two of the books, because otherwise I think it would be unfair. Unless it's one of my top favorite books, like if it is a 5-star for me, I will rate it. If it is just one, like
it was worth it.
But let's see. Okay, so best fantasy, we have The Witch's Heart, which I haven't read, as well as The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina. I haven't read it. Then Under the Whispering Door and She Who Became the Sun. I read both of them. Neither of them are a 5-star for me, but let's see how this thing goes from now onwards. We have For the Wolf, which I haven't read. I have in my December TBR. I'm a little bit surprised because I was hearing a little bit of mixed reviews, and I thought that it was leaning more young adult, as well as Under the Whispering Door, to be honest. But well, okay. The Wolf and the Wound's Mound. The Unbroken, I haven't read it, but I've heard great things. Hidden Place, nah. Shadow of the Gods, oh, I have it in my December TBR. No. But I've heard very good things about it. Splendor, no. Jasmine Throne, no. Okay, I haven't read it, haven't read it. Then no. We have The Crown of Gilded Bones by J.L Armentrout, which is the third book on the From Blood and Ash saga, but it actually isn't really good. I'm surprised on how this is here. Not really my favorite. Not at all, not at all. Then A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, which again wasn't really a good book. It was engaging and sexy times, but well, and I haven't read the rest. So total, I've read Court of Silver Flames, Crown of Gilded Bones, Under the Whispering Door, and She Who Became the Sun. So 4 books out of the 20. And here I thought that I was doing great. It seems I didn't. Who I think will win? I think either Sarah J. Maas or J.L Armentrout are gonna win. I'm kind of surprised of The Crown of Gilded Bones not being kind of in romance, as well as A Court of Silver Flames. Like, it didn't actually had a lot of a plot beyond their love of the characters. And last year, the best romance book was for From Blood and Ash, so I thought that that was continue to be in that league.
Yeah.
So for the books that I read, which one I believe is the best one, I'd say She Who Became the Sun. I mean, I didn't love that, and I'm not gonna continue potentially with the series, but I think it was better. And Under the Whispering Door, no, it didn't, like, it was more forgettable for me than She Who Became the Sun. So let's vote. Voted. Let's continue then with a romance. Just let's have a look. I haven't read a lot of romance, but just let's have a sneak peek. And as expected, nothing that I really knew. I mean, I'm lying because I read The Ex-Hex, which I was a big fan of. I really believed that Payback's Witch was way better. But yeah, and Act Your Age, Eve Brown, I've heard very good things about it. But I read the first one, Get Alive, Chloe Brown, and I didn't love that. So no, No. I really think that the ones that are gonna be winning are the Love Hypothesis, which was really praised, and I've seen it everywhere. I've been a little bit away from this book because it actually involves neuroscience, and I have a master's degree in neuroscience. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a lot of opinions and emotions regarding all of that topic, and I'm not sure if I want to face them. That sounds a little bit like, I'm so cool. But yeah, and also Neon Gods, I think it will get a lot of votes. Emily Henry, I haven't read People We Meet on Vacation, but I'm sure she will get in the top 3, as well as actually Eve Brown. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm obviously not gonna vote, but I hope the X-Hex doesn't win. Next! Science fiction. I acknowledge I haven't read as much science fiction this year as I wanted, and maybe next year I can get to more of those, but I really hope Project Hail Mary is in here because it was fantastic. So let's see. Okay, yeah, Adrian Tchaikovsky, you may win also. Yes! Project Hail Mary. Yes. Oh, Desolation Called Peace. I haven't read the first one yet, a memoir called Empire, but I really wanted to. And I'm already breaking my rule. I said that I'm not gonna be voting unless I've read 2. That's not the case in here, but really, Project Hail Mary was just so good. You deserve a vote, man. Cheers. Young adult fiction. Let's get with the interesting stuff with young adult. Okay, so I tend to read more young adult fantasy, but I'm already seeing here Ace of Spades, which was a 5 stars for me, and it was my obsession of October. So I really hope you'll win, and I will vote you, even if you're the only one. Yes, I've heard a lot of stuff with the Firekeeper's Daughter. I don't know. I haven't read any of the rest. I've heard also good things about You Have a Match, but I really thought that it was also more in the romance spectrum. I'm a little bit confused of this blend of categories, but I will vote Ace of Spades. Like, yes, you deserve it. It was an amazing book. Let's go to young adult fantasy and science fiction. Okay, I'm really expecting that I've read a little bit more, because otherwise... Okay, so we have We Free the Stars, which is the second book of We Hunt the Flame. I haven't read it, but it seems that the duology is good, and especially the second book, Six Crimson Cranes, which is in my December TBR, and it seems that it's really sweet and it's just a good time. Iron Widow, which is a full release, and it is kind of a blend between Pacific Rim and The Handmaid's Tale, mainly focused on the revenge spectrum. Then Our Violent Delights, I haven't read that series. Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. No, I despise the first book. I've heard though that the second book was way better, so I won't be surprised if this ended up having very good nominations. Lore by Alexander Bracken. I haven't read it, but it was like good and bad reviews overall, so I stayed away. And then A Sky Beyond the Storm, which was the conclusion of the quartet of A Shadow in the Ember series. I really think this one will win, and I'm potentially giving it my vote. It was my favorite, but it was a conclusion. I mean, it was a good conclusion. Gilded Ones I haven't read. These Hollow Bows. So this book is kind of a retelling actually of A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's super similar. It has different story obviously, but felt very similar. It was very entertaining. I have questions though, but it was really entertaining. Lost in the Neverwood, haven't read. No, A Bow So Bold and Deadly, no, by Bridget Kemmerer.
No, why are you here?
This belongs to the Crossbreaker series, and it's the third one, that conclusion, and it's again better than the second one, but overall it didn't make justice to the story that I really wanted to have, so not voting it, and I really hope it doesn't win. And then, well, We have, Gods and Monsters, Rule of Wolves, King of Alchemy, and Victoria, I Have Your. So, who I think will win? I think Sabaá Tahir with A Sky Beyond the Storm will win. Iron Widow will have a top ranking as well as We Free the Stars. I think that Six Crimson Crames, although it is good and it's cozy, won't get as much punch, and maybe Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare will. I will vote for the ones that I've read. I think the best one was A Sky Beyond the Storm. But again, would this be like my choices overall? No, but okay, vote. That was it for today. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to stay tuned and see more videos like this one,
Subscribe to the channel.
And also be aware that I publish bookish content every Thursday and Sunday for you to enjoy. And I really hope to see you real soon. Bye!